Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of technical, quantitative, and discretionary criteria, all of which we're going to break down for you in just a moment. But as always, these videos are sponsored by Investors Business Daily. We curate all of our long ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. Check out IBD in the description of this video. Now, I wanted to do a quick touch on the overall market here before we jump into a few trade ideas. Quite honestly, there weren't a whole lot of names that looked super compelling for individual technical stock scans. We had lots yesterday and these prior couple of days with all of this volatility, but now that we sort of had a bit of a reversal day and kind of a pivot and we're working our way higher, it's a little bit of a wait and see mode. So let's sort of take it to the indices first, and let's just do a quick roundup here of what happened. You can see, look at the ranges in the S&P 500 over the past 4 trading sessions. They really expanded. We covered a lot of ground. We came hammering down into 4250. You can see we in fact undercut this old breakout level here. So this was pretty much a breakout, what ended up being a breakout retest, and so far the retest looks like it is holding. We found buyers, or we found kind of the sellers dry up as we got down around 4250, couldn't push us down any further. Yesterday, of course, we had the big sort of reversal turnaround Tuesday type of session, and now today here on Wednesday we're getting a follow-through day to the upside. So all in all, if you're a short-term bull here, I think the action is generally constructive. Now, of course, we're a bit in this wait and see mode because now you can see we're kind of in the middle of this range. We're not quite back to highs. What's going to happen? Can we get back up to highs? Are we going to fail up here? Are we going to put in a lower high? Are we going to just break out and go V-shaped? These are all kind of the next questions, and we'll talk more about this in our Friday market analysis video where we go a little deeper on just the broad market. But generally speaking here, we can see that, the past 2 days, there was obviously lots of excitement. We found support in the market. We're bouncing, and now we're a little bit in kind of that wait and see mode. If we look at, let's just use the NDX here. If we look at the Nasdaq 100, you can see it's kind of the same thing, only the pullback was a bit more shallow, and we were sort of keying off of the pivot low here from early July. So we broke down below, call it, 14.6 or so. We closed below it, had a little bit of a better close on Monday than the S&P 500 did. Still, we had the nice ignition bar here on Tuesday and then some follow through on Wednesday. Now, again, same cup of tea here. We're not quite back to highs yet. Are we going to just move range bound? And of course, the Nasdaq here, and really all stocks, are in the middle of earnings season. We're going to see a lot of these Nasdaq companies heat up in the next 5 to 10 trading sessions, so expect some good movement there as well. So that's the lay of the land. That's where we are right now. And when I ran through my technical scans, screeners looking for breakouts, reversals, and all these different types of patterns, there wasn't a whole lot jumping out on me. And again, I think it's because we just saw such wide-ranging moves and lots of signals being produced over the last couple of days that there wasn't a whole lot that I saw today that looked interesting. So I'm going to bring you some of the signals that we took recently and then a couple of names that stood out. First, I want to just touch on 2 here. So LE, Land's End, this is hitting our 52-week high on volume scan. So I always just like to present this scan to show you stocks that are moving right now, that are doing it on volume and are breaking out to new yearly highs. Those are always interesting candidates. Whether or not you want to chase them today, those are obviously, your decision, but generally speaking, good to curate on a watch list and just pay attention to for maybe down the road a better entry. But LE, Land's End, breaking out today, 52-week highs, heavy volume coming in here. That looks pretty good. And BNTX. BNTX here also breaking out, hitting our 52-week highs on volume. Take a look at the volume over the past 4 days. Down here, bottom of my screen, you can see very heavy volume that has come in off of these lows here. And this was actually a trade idea. We highlighted this as a trade idea back right at the end of June, last day of June. This was on our video here. I think we were right in this zone here. We're talking about how tight this price action looked. I think this hit our tight highs scan, and we were looking for a breakout over 235, 236. That was the zone we were paying attention to. Of course, you know, after we published that video, the stock went down for a day or two, never triggered on what we were looking for. But lo and behold, you know, a week later, here we are now breaking out 256, new 52-week highs. So again, these videos are designed to help you kind of just add stocks to a watch list. Oftentimes, you know, when we talk about them, they may not trigger, they may not move that day, but they are names that we think have the explosiveness behind them due to the fact that they are coming from our TR150 watch list. They're coming from IBD's watch lists as well. These are stocks that are pre-vetted, curated for growth and, you know, just all the good quality characteristics that we like to see. And then when you combine some price action setups like we try and look at in these videos, you get a nice powerful ingredient there, and obviously market environment helps as well. So those are two that are breaking out to new highs. The other one that looks interesting here, which, you know, looks like a name we've talked about, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if anyone sees this in a recent video that we talked about. Leave a comment below on the date we talked about it, but this name looks familiar, but I didn't see it in the when I skimmed through a few of the past ideas. NVAX. So this was hitting right at highs. This was hitting just kind of flirting with our breakout scan. So we have a fresh breakout scan on our TC2000 website, and that's where this was coming from. Because it shied away a little bit, I'm not sure it's still making it, but I still like the setup here. I mean, you know, we've got, just generally speaking, you know, you can draw sort of this either flat top, you know, moving from the past couple of weeks here, or you can go kind of that sort of diagonal there. And then of course you got kind of just this little range in here as well. You could kind of ratchet this up. Lots of ways you can kind of fit your trend lines. Doesn't really matter. I think the point here is that it is, you know, kind of off of highs. It's put in some nice, what looks to be, you know, some potential buyers kind of stepping in here, and it just needs to get over 228, 229 or so to start breaking out, moving back up to prior highs. Again, if it doesn't trigger, there's no trade here. It's something we're going to pay attention to, but NVAX is hitting our, or trying to hit our breakout scan. So those are just basically the ideas there I wanted to mention. I want to bring you now a few ideas. I'm going to give you a lot of the names. I'm going to give you two names of signal stocks that we own right now that we picked up recently. Our Lamerick trading system, our short-term trading system, was doing a lot of buying yesterday, earlier this week. I don't want to give you any of those names because I'm going to give them to you today, and we're probably going to be selling them, you know, in the next day or two. It's a very short-term system, so I'm not going to do anything like that because that just would not be right. But I'm going to give you some of our longer term ideas that we picked up recently. It's our Merlin trading system. So this looks to hold stocks, you know, at a month or 3 months, 2 months at a time. 1 to 3 months is kind of the average here. HPQ. So this picked up on our Merlin trading system 2814. That's the exact entry we bought this stock on, and we are going to continue to hold this. It's a longer term system, so we don't plan to get out of this anytime soon. I don't know where our first target is, but it's somewhere in the 30s. Let's see if I can find it right here real quick. Bear with me for just a second. Usually I have the target here. Yeah, lower 30. So first target is pretty much right as it comes into this gap area is where we're going to be looking to take our first profit target if it works in our favor. And then the second profit target, we always have two targets in this trading system, will be up in, let's see, up in the mid to upper 30. So up around 34, 35, back up at highs, kind of where that gap is. So that is the plan here for HPQ. And, you know, if this starts to move south on us, we're giving it plenty of room, but, you know, down around 25, 26, this is where we start to get rid of it if it starts to continue to roll over here. But we're in this stock. We're going to be a little patient with it, looking for a longer term swing in HPQ. This was a recent purchase for us. 28.14 was our entry price. And I'll give you one other one from Merlin, which again is just this longer term system, so it kind of fits a little bit nicer with the timeline. CTRN. So this was a recent purchase for us in this decline here. In fact, we got it at $76.21. So the stock has certainly moved up, But like I say, we did a bunch of buying yesterday and the day before in both of our trading systems. So it pretty much picked it up here near the lows yesterday, and it is looking for higher prices as well. We are long the stock, and our first target in this name is up around 94, mid 94s right in here. So that'll be our first profit target if it can get back up there. Second profit target back up towards highs. That's the way we're sort of playing this one. Two names that we currently own. We are long these stocks and we're looking for higher prices. Again, please do your homework on all of these names. Make sure they fit your risk tolerance, strategy, time frame, and everything. Don't just buy it blindly, because we are involved. So that is what I have for this week's Trade Ideas video. Hopefully you found something interesting. Hopefully you navigated these past few days okay. It was choppy out there. It was a little difficult, a little spurt of volatility. So hopefully everybody made it out the other side okay. Leave a comment below. Let me know what trade idea you liked the best. Did you do any buying this week? And more importantly, are you believing this rally? That's an interesting question. Are you a believer of this rally right now? Or do you think there's more volatility to come? Leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our videos every Wednesday. Trade ideas just like this. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you back here on Friday for the long form market analysis video.